Ash, thank you for the likes. NYPD officer challenged Roy Jones Jr., bro, the boxer. One of the greatest, probably top 2 of all time.
Hi, my name is Rick Frazier, New York City police officer of the 26th Precinct, New York City. And I'm here to fight Roy Jones Jr. for the championship of the world.
Back in the winter of '99, the pound-for-pound baddest man in the world, Roy Jones Jr., was struggling to find an opponent, particularly at the 175-pound limit, that could make a fight against him even remotely competitive.
Bro, I've never seen a fighter like him in my life.
If he gets up, it'll be a miracle.
Some of Roy's fights look like sparring sessions. It's almost as though
he knows he's gonna win.
This isn't competition anymore.
Chat, with Roy Jones, it always seemed like he knew he was better than everybody he got in the ring with. It's like he went in there always already knowing, like, yo, all right, this is just another sparring match, practice match.
This is a bloodline.
I really feel that he came into boxing at a bad era. I mean, I just think it's really, he makes these guys, these are great fighters, but he makes them look like they're nothing.
It's crazy, son.
HBO was getting sick of broadcasting Jones in non-competitive fights as their main event, despite the fact Roy's last 5 victories were all over thoroughbred former world champs.
I can entertain with anything. I take what comes my way pound for pound.
Well, Roy's next opponent wasn't going to make things much better, but it was something entirely out of the network's and Roy's own hands, as the WBA decided to rank the run-of-the-mill contender Richard Frazier as their #1 challenger.
Yeah, I like
Roy's
UFC
belt.
too.
I don't have anybody that the public demands to see me fight, or that you guys really want to pay me enough to take a chance and go out there and fight. So
Jones had to either fight Frazier in another fight he knew would rub HBO the wrong way, or vacate his title to let 2 other guys that he could have most likely beat on the same night scrap it out.
Yo, Red Eye, we reacting to a video of the time when an NYPD officer challenged Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest boxers of all time. We're gonna see
God.
Vacating was never an option, but perhaps the 40-year-old active NYPD officer had learned enough from catching bad guys on the street that he could go on to tackle the baddest man in all of combat sports.
Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. He think because he could be a cop, he could be a boxer? Somebody poisoned him that morning. I'm not even gonna lie. They poisoned his brain to think that.
A special trick up his sleeve, and I don't mean a pair of handcuffs, although that might be his only realistic option for making this a worthwhile spectacle.
I come to work, I get pictures of Roy Jones pasted on my locker. It says, "Kick your ass, Rick." Then it says, "You want a piece of me?" Not. One of my partners that I work with, he told me, "Yo,
me, not. Shut up.
Put my name on the bottom of your shoe."
So when Roy knock him out, everybody can say hello, Chris Green.
We have good medical
That's
benefits
in
in the police department, good dental program in the PBA, so if he gets hurt, they'll patch him up, and he's a good-looking guy. We don't want to see him messed up.
On a serious note, Frazier's professional boxing journey was commendable, given the fact he compiled an outstanding amateur record of 124-5, all while being an active duty officer.
Yo, Red Eye.
He was never able to...
Yo, Red Eye, guess what, Red Eye? I just got a elephant. Ask Flea. Flea, no, I just got a elephant.
Commit to training outside of his day job, so it took years of contemplation before he finally figured out a routine that could cater toward him turning professional.
It was something we felt we owed him.
Chat, this video only 7 minutes.
While we didn't break any rules, we certainly cleared the path for him to go and pursue something he's been trying to attain for many, many years.
As a pro, Frazier held 2 victories over the highly touted Anthony Hembrick and was on a solid run of W's building up to the Jones clash.
Bro, hell no.
However, it has to be said,
with that form, that form alone, like when he beat them other 2 guys, you already know he's not beating Roy Jones Jr. You know that. That's a fact. We don't even have to. We know he's not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
The governing bodies had no real business forcing this as a mandatory, because even Rick himself never really aspired to reach this level in the sport, which was reflected by his resume built off local club fighters and whatnot.
And so when I turned pro, I didn't turn pro thinking of contention or anything like that. I just turned pro to get a fight.
Jones was far from happy about having to participate in such an event. Still, the promoters did what they could to make it a fun night for spectators, hosting a multitude of title fights on the undercard.
Yo, what's like the conditions to turn pro as a boxer? What's the conditions? Like, what do you have to go through in order? Could somebody Google that for me? In order to attain like some type of pro stat. Hold on, let me check, chat. Let me check. Let me see something. Let me see. How... Chat. How should I word it? Requirements to become a pro boxer 2024. All right. All right, this is just two different definitions. Well, in the state of Georgia, it says to be considered for a professional boxing license, a contestant must have at least 5 amateur bouts with a winning record, or at the discretion of the executive director. Of those 5 bouts, 3 must be state-sanctioned events with published results. What? So I just gotta fight. I gotta win 3 fights, chat. Y'all think I could become a Yeah, I'm in Georgia. You think I could become a pro?
Alongside some wacky matchups between various other local policemen and firefighters.
People from the police department who I work for, the Pensacola Police Department, the best police department in the United States, I have to say.
Jones entered the bout unbeaten in 40 pro fights,
up there,
while
buddy.
Ricky boasted a respectable record of 18 wins and 3
Bro,
defeats.
Chat, hold on.
40 pro fights, while Ricky...
This was the thumbnail. I thought that the person who made the thumbnail put the hat on his head. He actually walked in the ring like that.
He boasted a respectable record of 18 wins and 3 defeats. BLTV picks up the action from round 1.
That Roy Jones, having had to train through the holidays, doesn't want to have a long fight.
Tonight starts out using the jab against Frazier, the
ready.
southpaw.
No offense, all defense.
Oh, he's gonna get his ass at work. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Jim
Ain't no
Lampley
way.
has undoubtedly been waiting to say those iconic words since he was a young man.
Down goes Frazier.
However, this time, it didn't quite hit as hard as when Howard Cosell did it back in 1973.
You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Lampley's dull tone was justified, however, as the replay showed that Frazier appeared to hit the ground without taking anything solid from Jones.
It looked to me like he went in the water. Frazier is
his ass is more nervous than anything.
And Jones switches to southpaw and nails Frazier with a right hook.
Bro, go in. Stop running. Go in. Swing, bro. He's so scared to swing. Bro, go at him. Go at him. Nah, he's scared to death. He's scared to death.
I'm going to disqualify you, and you're not going to get paid.
Frazier was in full survival mode, reluctant to throw anything, which compelled Jones to force the issue midway through the second round.
We mentioned that Jones is fighting a 3rd consecutive southpaw tonight.
Frazier seems to be patrolling the beat in a dangerous neighborhood.
Oh, my God.
Jones in the conventional stance, holding his left hand below his waist and looking for lead right hand opportunities. There's a landed right.
Because again, he doesn't give you anything.
Bro, he wanted to go down, chat.
Little right hand cap knocked him down. And that's the end. Armando Garcia.
He went out like a bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a good moment for stopping.
He went out like a bitch. There's no way. If I'm fighting in the ring against somebody like that, I'm not just gonna run the whole time, bro. If he knocked me out, he knocked me out, bro. But I'm not gonna be in there. I waited my whole life to fight this guy. I'm gonna try to black this guy's eye, bust his nose, or something, bro. He got up in there and went straight, just like the dude said. He went straight into survivor mode, bro. Hell no, I'm not doing that. Could y'all imagine? Could y'all imagine that? You wait your whole life for something just to like fumble the bag when the opportunity actually presents itself? That's crazy.
Despite some pushback from Frazier, the referee, Armando Garcia, called a halt to the action as he wasn't happy with how Richard responded to the second knockdown of the night.
Don't be mad.
If he really wanted to continue, he would have looked at me, gotten his hands up, and been ready to go.
I enjoyed tonight. I'm glad everybody got out okay. Nobody was hurt. I'm sorry that the fight got stopped early, but...
Yo, he like, bro, thank you for this sparring check. I'll take this big check. Just stop playing games with me. I'm Roy Jones Jr. Don't play games with me, bro. He's supposed to embarrass him, though. I ain't gonna lie. You had that dude barely a pro fighter. like standing up to you 3-4 rounds. You're supposed to knock that nigga out in the first few seconds.
You know, what was I to do? I'm not the guy who makes the fights. I have to go out and just do what I have to do. I don't want fights that are not going to be beneficial for me. I don't know if the fights are beneficial or if they're going to be great fights until I get in here and fight them. So I can't judge a guy just from what he's supposed to be or what he's not supposed to be.
Ultimately, it was an easy
Good
night's
answer.
work for Jones, perhaps the easiest of his entire career. But the fans were at least satisfied with his next outing, as Jones
that on the back
unified
of
the
his
belts,
neck?
putting a beatdown on the IBF champion Reggie Johnson.
Maybe Roy's most proud, pleasing performance in the past few years.
Jones.
Chad, look at the quality of the television. Like, look at the fucking quality. They was watching some bullshit back then, man. I can't believe I grew up watching this shit. This is terrible. Fucking 200p? Like, what is going on? 200p is insane. I can't believe my eyes was watching this shit.
Was the perfect example of being too good for his own good. He beat guys like Frazier seemingly as easy as he did Hall of Famers like James Toney and Mike McCallum, which has led to many in modern boxing overlooking how strong of a resume he actually had.
I'm not afraid to fight anybody.
He made everybody look like a baby.
Fight anywhere, anytime. I know I'm the best fighter in the world. I know can't nobody beat me when I'm on my game. I had nothing to prove.
I'm going to cover quite a bit of Jones on this channel down the line, so I don't want to talk specifics. But for reference, Jones made 22 world title defenses in his career, with 19 of those
you think
coming
they're gonna turn my
against
thing off if I
former,
watch this
current,
video
or
right
future
here?
world champions. That's only 5 less than Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite the fact Jones was pretty much washed up after his return trip down in weight after his heavyweight triumph in 2003.
This guy, it's literally like a bomb explodes every time he lands a punch.
That was a hard 25 pounds of sweat. I had the hardest time my whole career to try to make the weight.
If you go back and look at the highlights, or any time before, besides Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali, can give you highlights to come close to make you want to watch mine. Go put the YouTube and pull up the highlights and tell me who give you more than Roy Jones Jr. gave you.
Nobody.